the Undiscovered Country. So, this is an Image comic series that launched back in November and is written by Charles Soule and Scott Snyder. You may remember Charles Soule and Scott Snyder. Charles Soule being the author of the Darth Vader comics that I kind of stopped working on when things started making no sense to me and I kept asking too many questions and trying to figure out why on earth do Jedi only have guns now, even if it's ancient. And I asked him on a Twitter post when he was doing a Q&A thing, and he just said, do you not know how old that gun was? And I was like, ugh. But does not explain why don't the Jedi just destroy the gun? Like, okay, I can believe that there were Jedis that had guns very loosely, like maybe they were trying it out one time and then they went a disaster and they never wanted to do it ever again, and they had that policy enacted, but they never destroyed it. And when I saw how powerful it was, I was like, how the hell is that possible? Why don't they use it when, people were being slaughtered like animals? But anyways, and you remember Scott Snyder, our favorite author regarding the Justice League, Dark Knight's Metal, let's see, The Batman Who Laughs, and I have that comic. So they are now working together on a collaborative project called the Undiscovered Country, which takes place in the U.S. because, of course, for various reasons. Considering what's going on in the time in the current geopolitical state, what little details I had gotten from it, like how it's going to be involving a closed-off U.S., how it walled itself up in the world and closed itself off. Though, if you've noticed this, Hawaii is still on the map. Like, I love this cover to emphasize that the U.S. just went dark. Like, an entire piece of land just went dark. But notice how Alaska is not covered out. And I don't think Hawaii is either, but they don't show it on the map. Which leads to the question, like, will this place take a role? Like, how in Planet of the Apes, when they show that circle of the pandemic that was spreading across the world and killing all the humans, Greenland was apparently just okay and never really went on to it. But, yeah. Undiscovered Country by Scott Snyder and Charles Soule. I was really curious to know about this because, hey, these are two talented writers. Even if I had disagreements with Darth Vader's comic, I wanted to know where this story would go, especially since in the era of this year, we had to say goodbye to the Walking Dead series after ending at issue 193, I believe. And right out of nowhere, because the last issue before that had Rick Grimes getting killed, whereas in the TV show he's on a venture to movies, because of course. So yeah, the fact that Undiscovered Country, Image was kind of struggling to find a big franchise player, and with Scott Snyder and Charles Soule, you have the chance to get that with Undiscovered Country. They published the first issue back in November. One of the major details was this was an oversized cut issue. I believe they said 47 or 48 pages at best, to basically help dive right into this big world we're going into, because this is a new intellectual property, this is a new concept and everything. But there are references regarding the wall thing, build that wall, and all that politics we have to deal with, especially in the timeline that was introduced in here. They kind of reference the Trump administration ishly. So yeah, this was the beginning of this big series that looks to be having a lot of potential down the road. When I found out, it turns out that this already has a movie franchise potentially with they got a bidding war that was going on for this series after only the first issue, and it's now leading into with Scott Snyder and Charles Soule working on the adaptation of the screenplay. So at least they're going to have a role in it instead of having Hollywood wreck it, because of course they will. But Yeah, it either means that they have this much confidence in it to get a TV series, even though, and let's be real, how long did it take for The Walking Dead to get a TV series, and Undiscovered Country, they already have a bidding war, and it already has a deciding factor for now, at least until the next status quo changes. But Undiscovered Country already got a second printing. This is the official first issue of the first official printing. So let's dive right into this issue. It's gonna be quite a bit of a long one. I wanted to get my chops back into the whole thoughts video because I've been delaying on that. I've been constantly delaying on that, and then I had to remember I have that WWE project I need to do to end the year off. And instead of doing the whole one video thing, because that would take forever, I was going to do split parts of it in order to emphasize certain segments, certain chapters in it, and give my overall thoughts on it. But that's for a different time. Let's dive right into Undiscovered Country, Issue 1. So, like I said, the cover's actually pretty good to emphasize that this whole country just disappeared and now it's like re-entering the new world. So we all know how that went last time. The artist by, I can't pronounce their name, so I'm not even gonna try. It was edited by Will Dennis. Logo designed by Mauro Coriande. I'm pretty sure I pronounced that wrong. And lettering by Crank. Yeah. So we go to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 12 miles from the former coastline of California. Command, if you still hear us, we're vectoring in as per approved coordinates. We'll cross it over in 1 minute. 45 seconds. 30. Communications blackout is about to commence. Anyone on board to have last text to you're just dying to send. Now's the time. Nice words of choice, Colonel. These could be my last moments alive, Dr. Graves. I'll find my fun where I can. Oh, that's probably not going to say anything. Colonel, are your senses giving you anything on the final barrier? Oh God, does that mean... Is it lightning? Do they have lightning weapons? And whatever, like, there's these characters asking questions because no one knows what the hell's going on inside. So, yeah, as this conversation continues, and they're giving this big exposition to think about what's going on, and how they should stay vigilant, and basically this is what's going on. Buzz, look alive. As we near the border, the energy inside the helicopter has changed. Fury, yes, but also now a nervous excitement. Curiosity, one of the female characters said. We are about to enter the Lost Nation, a land which there's been zero communication in 3 decades. The Valentina, we're here. Stop talking and look. My God. Everyone, let me be the first to welcome you to the United States of America. America! Fuck yeah! And there's a huge mystery about it. We're over the wall in American airspace below. We see vegetation, treetops, but they look reddish, maroon, and mist-hued swaths of it. They're redwood trees, and the mist is from the condensation off the wall. Jesus! I've studied this stuff for years, and now just... Jesus. We're making history right now, folks. We're making the future, Janet. Is what we're... Ding, ding. Damn it, tell me that's not a radar log. We're being pinged? Yes, but there's no indication of hostile intent. Might just be their way of saying howdy. If they want to say howdy, they could just say howdy. Guys, what is that? And locked before them is a missile. Oh no. Translation. We are fucked in the first 3 seconds. Well, actually, within 55 seconds. We already made our first landing, and already the U.S.'s response to see anything they have not seen in 3 decades is to immediately shoot it down because it's different. Yeah, that's definitely not a reference to something. So, yeah. We cut back to a week ago where where basically it turns out there's this gigantic plague, the sky plague or something, and the doctor over here that was with the blue streak on her hair, and basically there's this gigantic plague going on. It's killing people. She's trying to give this guy this medicine, and yeah, she's explained. And Christo, yeah, he's probably gonna get killed for a variety of reasons. But yeah, we get this big helicopter arrival, and they're talking, and they're basically giving this explanation about what's going on, especially the sky virus that's killing people. And then we go ahead and see off the Pacific barrier. Basically, the world went to crap after the U.S. locked its borders, which definitely does not indicate anything what they're trying to say. And then we cut forward through time, yet still back in time, 4 days earlier. And there's this message going on with this with this guy that looks to be the president of the United States or something. And basically they have confirmed the authentication of it and are saying that, yeah, it's the United States. They say they have a cure or something, like this is the potential for a cure. And how they thought, oh, the States would never have abandoned us. Ever since World War I, the U.S. has tried to improve global affairs. They wouldn't just stop. Yeah, improve global affairs, because that's definitely what the U.S. is all about. To an extent. And definitely not because we might be overstepping our boundaries on several occasions. Yeah, this is where things get political. Like, some people are going to go and argue for isolationism. People are going to argue for global involvement. And, like, at times it's right and sometimes it's wrong. And yada, yada, yada. Like, a lot, like, even they admitted that, yeah, this is probably going to get political with people because of the current stuff going on in the world today. With the Trump administration, with all the Syrian crisis and all the other wars and chaos that's spreading, add to the fact that we had our own fucked up problems going on and we're too busy focusing on something else, like we flush the toilet 10 to 15 times a day and that's apparently a problem. And the president said this, and I cannot believe he really went there and focused on that instead of, you know, the actual goddamn serious issues going on, because clearly the toilets are the most important factor. I'm not saying we're wasting water. I'm just saying, yeah, I'm not good with politics. So, because every time when we talk about politics, it usually results in a huge flame war in the comments. Damn political discourse. So, yeah. Basically, these characters who we're looking at are in this meeting room are talking about, so, yeah, they basically are discussing about the United States and about what's going on since they closed the border. And they're trying to figure out, well, is this true? Could it be true? How much has changed there? How much has not changed? And then they go ahead and say they're going to leave for this mission, and basically the world's going ahead. And yeah. So after the whole, you know, we were blown off from the sky, yeah, basically the characters are trying to, you know, recover from all this and are, yeah. So they're looking at some computers and, yeah. They find this TV monitor and then they discover that one of the female characters discovers something, and like, yeah, like one of the characters asks, "Is it clear, Mrs. Sandoval? Can you see anything? Town, city, shining beacon?" "No, I see something else." And what that something is colorful monsters and a bunch of steampunk attitude. And of course, the first thing they do is that one of the pilots that were there, who already preached about how he's already a dead man walking, is trying to make contact with the locals. Yeah, that's gonna end well. And basically what happened was, you have invaded the United States of America, and immediately is killed by being eaten by a radioactive, what looks to be a cow-bull hybrid creature. Yeah. So, yeah, the locals are pretty good, friendly, right? They just kill someone who they think invaded the United States because they're from foreign land. Yeah, that's definitely not saying something. Like, no foreign boots shall ever set foot on American soil. Yeah, that definitely does not indicate anything. Anyways, as we're going ahead, so yeah, the cast just realized, oh fuck, we're screwed. And yeah, and of course they've already detected them, and now they're leading their steampunk army into charging mode. And yeah, it turns out they're led by a giant fuck you ship. Yeah, it looks like, I'm trying to recall, there was this movie, what was it? The movie where where London is a giant moving fleet of cars. That's basically what the vibe I'm getting from this. Like, there's this giant ship, and it's coming for them. And, yeah. So, yeah, they need to find a way to get out of here. And then all of a sudden, another stranger comes on. And immediately, since he's trying to help, that means we must point our guns at him. Identify yourself. All right, hold your horses, sonny. See, there she is, Old Glory. All good, all good. Now follow close, lest you really want to tangle with the Destiny Man. And I expect you do not. The Destiny, the Black God of the Desert. You just saw his lieutenant down there. We're supposed to just follow him? This is an impossible choice. We cannot simply, there is no choice. Every option gets us killed. After him, now! Hurry, not much time. You got the Destiny Man's wolves on your ass. Yes, they'll be here any second. There's nothing getting through that. We're safe. Yeah, they entered this cave area and sealed it off. Nice, eh? Used to be an old gypsum mine, and very geological stable area here. Perfectly safe. Nothing to worry about. Okay, good. Let me just... You keep saying that. I think I'll keep worrying all the time. Where are you taking us? Try not to worry, Dr. Graves. We're almost there. How the hell do you know my name? Come on, this way. Who are these people? Oh, I call us the silent minority. Silent because can't make such moves, or the Destiny Man will find us, or a minority because there aren't many of us left. And here, the two graves. The rest can stay out here. But you two, come with me and I'll show you what's become of the land of the free. And in it, we see a big splash page, which basically goes into detail about what the hell is going on. Like, you got Codelands, the New People, Purple Mountain Kingdom, Tempest Toss, the Shining Sea, Nox, the Red Glare, Destiny. Welcome, friends, to the Oval Office. More of a circle, but hey, old habits. That's the U.S.? That's what it's become? America never stays the same for long. Anyway, this is where we'll make the plan. This is where the spiral walk will begin, all the way to the heartland. Plan? What plan? We're on a diplomatic mission. We were sent a message. We were invited here to find a cure for a disease. Which will be completely forgotten about for another couple of issues, and then brought up again. You know our names. Do you understand who we are, why we're here? Well, I didn't send no message. Never heard of any being sent. But of course, I know who you are, Dr. Graves. You and your brother. See, the prophecy. Yeah, we went with the prophecy states. The prophet told us you'd be coming as for me. My name is Sam Alien. And I want you to save America. America! Fuck yeah! So yeah, then we get more lore information, what's going on, like some documented interviews in the in-universe of the Undiscovered Country. Like, this is where it first says here from Madeline Louvets. It didn't seem possible. People die, countries don't, at least not like that. But that's what happened. One day to the next, the United States was gone from the world. I was on the day on a date when I heard. I remember it. It ended up going very well. We were in shock. A little comfort scene, just the thing. The whole world was in shock, really. It stayed that way for a long, long time. Seemed out of character. The States always like to poke its nose in every other country's business, and then they just stop? Didn't make sense. Still doesn't really. Johnny Batista. So the animal. 61, software engineer. So these were quotes from the quote, the New World and Oral History of the Ceiling. And then we get a timeline of the United States of America, what led to this event of the ceiling. It's actually pretty, well, I won't say it wouldn't happen. I mean, like, it could happen, really. Really, considering what's been going on in the world, anything's possible now. I mean, like, we got a guy who never went into politics, suddenly go into politics and immediately get the Oval Office, but there you go. So it turns out that in negative 8 years, in retaliation for the endless series of escalating tariffs and trade wars that crossed multiple administrations, it does take place on July 20th, 2029 when the ceiling happened. So really, this is a little bit after the Trump era, and then several successors of his went ahead and did the same thing, apparently. Or at least 1 to 2 successors. China called in its outstanding U.S. currency debt. Yeah, that I don't know if that would ever happen in the real world, considering the fragile economy system we have going on in the entire world, but there you go. Causing an immediate devaluation of the dollar, inflation, and brutal global recession whose effects were disproportionately felt inside the United States. And then the first tests of airwall force shield technology developed by the Defense Advanced Projects Research Agency, DARPA, in conjunction with Bell Labs, are conducted in Arlington, Virginia. Negative year 7, 5 months. The United States national power grid experiences a cascading failure, causing a blackout across more than a third of the country. The power is not fully restored for over 3 weeks, and the event comes to be known as the Great Smokeout due to the much of the population using all available sources of fuel for fires to remain warm during the frigid February temperatures. So, yeah, basically the whole world got fucked. Project Aurora begins in a facility just outside Leadville, Colorado, located at the highest elevation of any city in the United States. Then they skip a couple dots and leads to the ceiling. Then we get some origins of what regarding how did this go on. So yeah, this was apparently so this like all started back in 2012, so it's not all the way Trump stuff, but there was definitely certain things that went on. How Scott Snyder met Charles Soule and all this stuff going on. And of course this origin about what happened, yeah. So basically this is just an open letter of a thank you. And they show logo design, cover designs about what's going on. It's actually pretty good. I like the final logo they made, but yeah, it's actually pretty intriguing. There were several types of logos, like all of them had the same style, all had the same identity, where they have the U.S. disappear or stand out. But yeah, I did actually find cover number 2 actually the most intriguing. It's just have it disappear off the face of the earth kind of vibe, because that's exactly what happened. But yeah, we get this next issue, December 2019, which will be December 11th, so the coming week soon at the time of this video's production. So Undiscovered Country is pretty good. I generally did like it. I'm curious to know where this mystery goes, because now we get to know what the hell's going on, because soon this big sprawling mystery has begun. The whole what's going to happen next. But first, it was a little very exposition-y. Like, we didn't really know who these characters were exactly, we're probably going to get more of them. I kind of could give it a pass on this because this is the first issue in a huge new universe, so we have to get the exposition dump out of the way so we can make forward with the character development, the set pieces, and all that stuff. But yeah, there is a concern that this could get political with fans of the comics and whoever gets invested. If they do something that gets really preachy, it could risk that. But the Sky Virus, no idea how that happened. We'll have to know, and let's see how. So basically, it's a race against time kind of thing. So I'm not sure if this would last for like 100 issues or so, because that would kind of be insane. Because if this was just a simple, let's go into the U.S., then I can imagine it, because there's this giant mission going on. But this is a mission, but this is an established mission regarding a virus that's killing the population of humanity, and the U.S. says they have a cure, and that's clearly not real yet. So it's only a matter of time until something happens. So they have to either get contact from the outside world, or they have to find a way to reopen the borders and the rest of the world, and reestablish order in the U.S. and what's left of it. So yeah, the artwork's pretty good. I really loved it. The coloring's great. I did love this issue. I can't wait for issue 2 to come out. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty interesting series in my opinion. With Scott Snyder and Charles Soule on it, I have pretty big confidence in this project. So we'll see how this goes. We'll likely discover more about what led to the sealing, all the projects that were going on in the U.S. at the time, what led to the Sky Virus. Probably, I get the feeling it's going to be an offshoot branch that wanted to kill the rest of the world, and the U.S. to be remaining superior as a part of being America. Fuck yeah, or something like that. But yeah, this issue pretty good. First issue of the Undiscovered Country. Probably going to keep doing this for the foreseeable future if I can, because I could get sick and take some time off from the video talkings and life. We'll see. So those were my thoughts on the first issue of Undiscovered Country by Image Comics, Charles Soule and Scott Snyder. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate to do for more. And damn it, I want you to save America.